Alright, what's going on YouTube? PyroTakun. I know I've been gone for a minute. I've had a lot of stuff happen. Recently, my car broke down and all this other shit. But I'm back here bringing you a video. PS Vita Review. This was actually requested by one of my coworkers. He said after I did the whole first impressions thing, I'd owe it to you guys to give you my review of the Vita. So, yeah. That's what this video is going to be, but before I get into that, I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys an update of like what I recently got here. Stuff I picked up recently. I don't normally do this, I don't know why. Anyways, Kid Icarus Uprising. I love this game. I went ahead, I already beat the story mode. I'm going through it again on a higher difficulty, but this game's pretty fun. The AR cards are actually kind of cool. I mean, not really too useful, but they're still kind of cool. I love this game. Playing online is pretty tight. You can just tell it was from the creator of Smash Bros. Just because of the way the menu is. But yeah, Kid Icarus, good game. Devil May Cry HD Collection, ta-da! I am not too big on like just HD remakes and ports and shit, but 3 Devil May Cries, the first 3 Devil May Cries, I had to get it. I couldn't help myself. I'm pretty big Devil May Cry fan. Let's see, Xenoblade Chronicles. Everyone saw this coming, for real. I've been looking forward to this game for a few years now, and it's a shame I haven't really played too much of it yet. Like I said, I've been kind of busy. But Xenoblade Chronicles, good game. Thank you, Operation Rainfall. And I can't wait to beat that game. And Last Story's coming out, so I'm looking forward to get that too. Alright, and lastly, for just games I picked up recently, a bit of an older game came out last year, Skylanders. I've been interested in this game for the longest time. Yeah, I just was like, I couldn't justify picking it up for $70. I'm like, I shouldn't get it. And GameStop kind of had random sales where they just drop it down to $50, and I picked it up during one of those recently, so there. And lastly, the thing I'm going to show you guys is not related to console gaming. I'm getting ready for the next gen of gaming already. Next generation, I'm strictly going with the Wii U and the PC. I mean, these rumors from the next Xbox and the PlayStation 4, none of them really sound too appealing to me. Sony and Microsoft never really had too many exclusives I was like really interested in. Like looking back on getting the PlayStation 3 and the 360, I mean, it's cool from the social standpoint. I have a lot of friends and coworkers that play on those consoles, and I can play with them and everything. But as far as the games go, a lot of the games I got were really multiplats. There was a couple exclusives. Like, if it wasn't for Tales of Vesperia, I probably would never have gotten a 360. And if it wasn't for Tales of Grace's F, I would have been okay without a PlayStation 3. Next gen, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting all the consoles just to play a handful of games. So next gen is strictly Wii U and PC. So this is me getting ready for PC. I don't know if y'all can see it there. Yeah. It's the Asus HD 7970. Oh, Asus Radeon HD 7970 or whatever. But this is one hell of a graphics card from what I understand. I really don't know shit about PC hardware. Dark Cloud is helping me build this PC. He went ahead, filled me in on what was good, what was hot, what was not. So shout out to Dark Cloud for helping me figure out what the fuck I need to get a good gaming PC. And this is the first part. I ordered all the parts yesterday, and this came in today. It was very weird, but apparently that place is not too far from where I live. So when the rest of the parts I'll wait for all the rest of the parts to come in before I show you guys all the parts, and then I'll show you guys the final product of the PC I'm building. I'm building this entire thing from scratch. This is the only thing I have right now. Everything else is still coming in the mail, and it costs a pretty penny. Alright, so now that we got that all the way, PlayStation Vita review. I just want to run through this really quickly. I don't want to make this a long video review of anything. The Vita itself, it's pretty lightweight. It's really not that heavy. It's kind of bigger for a handheld. I already did my 3DS size comparison video, but like, yeah, you can guys go back watch that for the size comparison. The Vita's kind of bigger for the handheld. At one point, I didn't have a video about it, but I compared it to the PSP, and it is bigger than the PSP as well. So the Vita, although it's bigger, it doesn't have too much difficulty fitting in my pockets because of the ovular design. If it was more square like the 3DS, then it would be a total bitch to fit in my pocket. But like I said, because of the ovular design, it actually fits into your pocket a lot easier than you think it would. So, okay, the screen, I got a bunch of fingerprints and screen protector. The screen, it's a nice ass screen. It's a pretty good quality screen, very bright if you crank up the brightness settings, and it's a pretty good screen. The multi-touch touchscreen, and it's actually fairly good screen. Like I said, it's one of the very strong points of this. One of the main strong points of this. Let's see here. The D-pad and the buttons got a bit smaller from the PSP, but they're not really spongy. They're more clicky. For those of you, like if you have a DS Lite, you know what the spongy feels like. If you have the PSP, you know what the spongy feels like. If you have a DSi, a 3DS, or a Vita, obviously, you know the clickiness. And I prefer this over the sponge feel because it feels so much more responsive. It really does, for me at least. So I do like that more. The D-pad, as you guys can't really see it, but it's kind of just one little unit there. At first, obviously from my first impressions video, it really bothered me, but I don't really care now. It is what it is. And like I said in my first impressions video, the two analog sticks, they do have limited movement. It doesn't really bother me too much, though. I know it bothers some people. The sound quality is pretty good, kind of like the PSP had some pretty good sound quality out of it, just out of the hardware. I haven't really played around with the cameras too much. And I have not really used the touch panel on the back. I don't really have any games that support this. The only games, I'm gonna be honest here, the games are quite limited as far as I'm concerned. Like, as far as games that appeal to me on the Vita, it's only a handful. Like, what do I have on here? I can just go ahead and show you guys, because pretty much everything's there. I only have one actual physical Vita game. That's Hot Shots Golf. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's Sumioni Demon Arts right there. I downloaded that, and it's not as good as I thought it was. Let's see. And Monster Hunter Freedom Unite for the PSP. Was able to download, oh, Plants vs. Zombies. If you guys can see that shit. And as you can see, I got a Tales of Grace's F background going on there. I fucking love that game. Alright, so let's go through everything. I think I kind of covered the hardware design. Oh, the L and R buttons, pretty much the same from the PSP. Power, volume buttons. I don't mind the power button. It's in a good spot. Like, you're not accidentally going to hit the power button while playing games or nothing. But I think the volume buttons are kind of out of the way. Is what it is, though. Headphones, and like I said, I didn't really play around with the cameras too much. So yeah, so that's the overall design for it. And like I said, it doesn't have too many games that appeal to me yet. But cool thing about the Vita, if you go download PSP games for your Vita, they now have the option where you can use the second analog stick, which is mad cool for a game like Monster Hunter. So all you have to do is you'll go through, pull out the PSP game, hold down on the touchscreen, and it'll bring up some options for you, kind of like bilinear filtering, kind of upscale your PSP games, and it'll give you the option to map the second analog to pretty much anything. It'll let you map it to the first analog, the same controls, or the D-pad controls, or even the buttons going on here. Why you would map it to anything other than the D-pad, I don't know, but that option is available to you for the second analog when you're playing PSP games. So that's definitely cool, and upscales, that's definitely awesome. But like I said, for me, there's just not too many games out for it that I just really want to get. Like Uncharted Golden Abyss. Call me crazy, I'm not a big Uncharted guy. Let's see here. Really, like I said, just Hot Shots Golf and Monster Hunter is basically what I've been playing on this thing lately. It's cool how you can, you get trophies, you can just do all kinds of... As a multimedia device, this is actually really cool. Like, I took some videos and music from my computer and put it on here without too much of it. Actually, it was fairly simple and straightforward. I get the feeling it took a little while longer than it should have, but with the what the fuck is it? The content manager, putting shit on here is fairly easy. Yeah, MP4s, like if you have podcasts, you can just go ahead, put it over on the Vita, and it'll be able to recognize and play it. Pictures and everything. Music, yeah, getting music, pictures, videos on your Vita is very easy. And I did party chat a couple times, and that works very well. You know, just go into party chat and play whatever on your Vita. And yeah, overall this is actually a really pretty cool piece of hardware, and like I said, it's a good multimedia device. The overall hardware design, although I do have some minor problems with it, it's nothing really I would be like, don't get the Vita. But as of right now, it just kind of has a slow start with the games for me. Kind of like when the 3DS launched, it had a slow start of games. And you look at the thing now, and the 3DS is just awesome. I'm hoping the same thing happens with the Vita. the Vita. So, yeah. And let's see, what else do we got going on here? My next video is going to come at you eventually. I don't want to promise you guys anything, because it's at this point I'm just kind of just making videos when I want to. And yeah, I guess probably the next video is when I get the rest of these parts in. Alright, actually there's one more thing I want to talk about before I cut off the camera. And it's not related to anything I talked about earlier. It's just, you know what, no. I'll save that for a separate video. That's what I'll do. Anyways, recap. Vita, pretty cool, not too many games yet. Great multimedia device. Is it worth getting? Is the Vita worth getting? That depends. If you like games like Uncharted Golden Abyss, Hot Shots Golf, even if you want to play a Monster Hunter on the go, because right now the US doesn't have Monster Hunter 3G, this would probably be the way to go, because again you can map the second analog, but it's really worth picking up a Vita for that. I don't know, it's up to you. As a piece of hardware, I do recommend this, but as like a handheld gaming device, I can't recommend it yet, because there's not too much on it that really justifies getting it. There's a couple of other games out there, like, you know, Mortal Kombat Complete Edition's coming out for it, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3's out for it, but at the same time you already have these games on consoles. And I don't know, it is what it is. Vita overall is pretty cool. And building the gaming PC, and it's going to be pretty powerful. It's costing me a lot of money. Skylanders, Xenoblade, Devil May Cry HD Collection for PS3, Kid Icarus. This is PyroTakun. This video's been going on too long. I'm done.